You are listening to CKCU 93.1 FM in Ottawa.
And that set, a lot of great music. We bookended this set of music with two tracks from the 1999 album Journeys of a Dervish by a Turkish Montreal artist. He plays the ney. He's a producer, a DJ, a composer, Merchan Dede. And that was the album Golden Horn Records. And we heard the title track starting off that set, which features singing by the Persian singer Farrokh Shams, and is an old Persian love song, and is a beautiful music, beautiful singing, and just really tremendous drum, tremendous percussion in that track, in that album. And then we heard a couple of tracks from Didem Bassar, and she's a great kanun virtuoso, also composer, and her recent album Continuum came out on Centre des Musiciens du Monde, one of their series of, I think about 8 albums maybe on that they released so far, and they're all terrific, all featuring musicians based in the Montreal area. And I picked that up last week in Montreal. I saw Kayan Kalhor and Erkan Erdizan at a concert hosted by the Centre des Musiciens du Monde. It's a wonderful institution. I wish we had something like that in Ottawa. We do not, sadly, but it's in Montreal, only a short drive away. That was two pieces called Current Yesterday and Cry. And on this album, she is joined by I Musique de Montréal, the famous chamber orchestra based obviously in Montreal. And then we heard just a gorgeous Taqsim for piano composed by American guitarist and composer Troy Gifford. And its world premiere was recorded live here with pianist Maria Pikoula, and she shared this recording with me. I'm very happy to share it with you. Beautiful piece. I'd like to hear more compositions in this vein, kind of Arabic classical influences on the piano. That's great. I my piano is my instrument, my favorite instrument. I love any kind of music played on the piano. I love it, especially with music that's not often played, or it's very difficult to play on the piano or translate to the piano. When it is played on the piano really well, I love that. Anyway, and we heard another album from that Centre des Musiciens du Monde series, Roots of Strings, the album by Nazi Boresh, and he's a Syrian-Canadian oud player, and he was we heard a Taqsim in Bayat, in the mode of Bayat, and a track, and it was called Ataba, and then we heard Ali Baba Dance, and the solo, following the solo Taqsim, we heard that he's playing with a trio, where the very renowned Canadian double bassist Roberto Occhipinti, who's played so much jazz, I've seen so many different, probably hundreds of recordings, as well as percussionist Joseph Khoury, and Nazir Boresh, he grew up in Latakia, Syria, which is on the northern coast of Syria, the Mediterranean, and he taught himself to play the oud, and he listened to a wide range of music besides Arabic music, including blues, jazz, indie music, flamenco, and these have all informed his original oud technique. And he founded a popular school for oud in Latakia, which was doing very well, but the civil war, of course, came to Syria and just devastated it, and he ended up escaping the civil war and moving to Montreal in 2016. And we ended off then the bookend with another track from Journeys of a Dervish by Merchan Dede. This fire drums, and really great drums in that piece. And there he was using an old recording by Hasif Yusuf Bilgin, who sings as a ghazal. It's a beautiful song, a great by the Turkish Sufi musician, and he died in 1998, and really beautiful stuff. Now on to the second hour of the show, and I got something very special for this. Again, featuring a new album from Sarathi Korwar. And over the past 6 years, he's become one of my favorite musical innovators. And for this album, he departs from his recent albums, which had themes of migration and identity. And this album is a more musically abstract return to his roots as a percussionist. His new album, There Is Beauty There Already, is an immersive long-form suite for percussion instruments. He is joined by percussionist American Fote and Brits Magnus Mehta and Joost Hendricks, all very unusual names. And they play an enormous range of percussion instruments, from drum kit to tabla, marimba, balafon, udu, and gatam, and other things, and with some instruments triggering and adding electronic textures. And Sarathi Korwar led 3 days of free-flowing improvisations working up this album, and they kept coming back to a repeated 40-minute pattern, and Korwar decided to build the whole structure of the album out of that structure on the third day. And the result is designed, this is a quote that's from him, he is designed to be played from start to finish as a singular, long-form suite of music evoking a constant sense of motion and intent, drawing on the idea of repetition to the point of going beyond monotony and into the unknown, like a word repeated so many times it loses meaning. The record becomes a remarkable exploration of rhythm as trance and transformation. And the album has 10 tracks with evocative titles, but they're really not important because it is just really abstract music, and most of the music flows uninterrupted, so you really won't be able to tell which track begins and ends. It's a 40-minute piece of music, and it's an astonishing, magnificent journey, and it's best enjoyed as a deep flowing river in which to immerse yourself. And be warned, it does have some enormous bass, which will make your house shake. So, here is Sarathi Korwar, There is Beauty There Already on CKCU 93.1.